KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson, celebrating 25 years of commitment to Guam, Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus Hyundai, home of the Kona electric vehicle, an electric heart with an SUV soul. Test drive yours today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on prime time, a missile launched by North Korea over the weekend is capable of reaching Guam. Plus, the island remains in pandemic condition of readiness after nearly a year. And construction on Rota's West Harbor is complete after almost 5 years.
Hafaday and good evening, everyone. I'm Hannah Devonzo, and thanks for tuning in to your news leader. Tensions rose along the Pacific Rim this weekend when North Korea launched a missile capable of hitting U.S. military bases in the region. Skylar Henry has more details from the White House.
North Korea released still photos of Sunday's launch of an intermediate-range ballistic missile from a mobile vehicle near the Chinese border, as well as pictures it says were taken in space from a camera on the missile. The missile flew to an altitude of more than 1,200 miles before coming back down off North Korea's east coast. The Hwasong-12 has a range of up to 2,800 miles, making it capable of hitting U.S. military bases in Guam and Okinawa, Japan.
The Secretary is very concerned about their advancing ballistic missile program. And that is why, again, we're focused on making sure that we have the right capabilities available to us and to our allies in the region.
Japan's Cabinet Secretary Hirokazu Matsuno said the missile launch threatens the peace and security of the country, the region, and the international community. The Biden administration says it remains committed to making sure North Korea does not become a nuclear nation and says it's willing to hold talks with the North over its ballistic missile and nuclear programs.
As for what he may do next, only Kim Jong-un knows the answer to that. What we hope he does next is stop these launches, stop these provocations, abide by UN Security Council resolutions, and quit threatening his neighbors in the region.
This is the 7th North Korean launch of short or intermediate missiles this month, leading to some fears it's a precursor to North Korea's resuming tests of nuclear weapons or intercontinental ballistic missiles. Skylar Henry reporting for KUAM News.
Meanwhile, Pentagon spokesperson Admiral John Kirby was asked about the North Korean missile launches again during a press briefing today.
Are you considering or prepared for the possibility that they fire an intercontinental ballistic missile? And does it affect U.S. force posture exercises, anything of that extent, should they choose to go that route?
Well, I don't want to hypothesize about future launches. We're obviously always looking at our force presence, our force posture, our force protection there on the peninsula and in the region, and also constantly looking at our own readiness from a training event perspective. And all that is factored in. What we see coming out of Pyongyang, all that factors into our decision making.
The North Korean launches come just ahead of a major multilateral military exercise based out of Andersen Air Force Base known as COPE North. Kirby said while nothing has changed about any military training, he also made it clear that diplomacy is the Biden administration's first priority.
What we hope he does next is stop these launches, stop these provocations, abide by UN Security Council resolutions, and quit threatening his neighbors in the region. We have made it very clear as an administration that we're willing to sit down and have dialogue with the North Koreans without precondition. That offer still stands. But in the meantime, here at the Department of Defense, we're going to do what we have to do to be ready on the peninsula.
The COPE North exercises get underway tomorrow. According to an Air Force news release, more than 2,500 U.S. airmen, Marines, and sailors will train alongside 1,000 combined troops from the Royal Australian Air Force and the Japan Air Self-Defense Force. The nation's governors are gathered in D.C. for their annual winter meeting. One of their discussions focused on the polarizing partisanship that continues to grip Washington. It was moderated by billionaire philanthropist David Rubenstein, who at one point singled out Governor Lou Leon Guerrero for a question.
Is it true that females are better at being bipartisan than males?
Absolutely.
Okay. Right. Anything else you might want to add?
I just want to say that being elected as the first Chamorro woman in Guam was a great honor, and I helped very much. Thank you. I hold very close to my heart the sacredness of the job. And to me, at the end of the day, everything that we do, whether it's through Congress or through mayors or through local officials.
The governor will appear at a Senate hearing tomorrow on the state of the U.S. territories. According to her office, her speech will focus on health care, the economic impact of COVID, the H-2B program, Medicaid, supplemental Social Security income, compact impact, self-determination, and the passage of President Biden's Build Back Better program. She will be joined by the governors of Puerto Rico, American Samoa, the Virgin Islands, and the CNMI, although Finance Secretary David Adelake is scheduled to speak on behalf of Governor Ralph Torres. And 27-year-old Akmal Koziv appeared before Judge Maria Senzon for a further proceedings hearing on Tuesday. They discussed forensic evaluations and are being reviewed. Also discussed was the possibility of filing an ex parte motion for Koziev's case. And as we reported in November of last year, Koziv stabbed and killed Dr. Mir Robati over a disagreement on COVID vaccinations. He's charged with aggravated murder and aggravated assault. Over $1,000 was stolen from a well-known band on the island. The money was going to fund their tour in the States next week. Here's more.
The John Dank Show was performing at Vibes in Upper Tumon on Sunday night. During their last song, the manager informed the band that their car was broken into. Lead singer Frankie McJohn.
So we had about $700 to $850 in a pouch that I had put on the floor in my car, and it was under a folder. And then I also had about $300 in cash of my own money that I was going to deposit into my account. So roughly a little over $1,000.
Most of the money stolen was from their recent merchandise sale.
Merch money is kind of what we rely on for gas and eating and, like, you know, daily food, hotels, whatever it is. And yeah, the money was going, all of that money was supposed to go to the tour. And I mean, that's about $1,000 we lost out on, you know, for the tour.
While he regrets leaving the money in the car, it doesn't justify what happened.
I don't necessarily look at it like it's completely my fault. I mean, people are entitled to leave whatever they want in their car. And yes, I like I said, if people are going to criticize the fact that I left money in the car, I get all of that. Like, it's preaching to the choir at this point. But, you know, it's still not your property, and it's still something that should be valued on Guam.
Witnesses saw a white Nissan Rogue speeding out of the parking lot after the incident. If you know anything about what happened, please message The John Dank Show on Instagram or contact GPD at 671-475-8615, 16 or 17. While the band is not asking for funds, if you'd like to support them, you can PayPal them at johndankshowguam@gmail.com, where all proceeds go to the tour.
Following the $13.6 million sale of Verona Resort by its owner Polaris Guam LLC, $1.6 million has been deposited into the government of Guam's coffers for outstanding taxes. The payment is part of a lawsuit filed nearly 3 years ago as a part of the AG's office and DRT's effort to go prioritize tax collections. Attorney General Levin Camacho.
This is back in 2019. We filed our first set of injunctions based on failure to pay BPT, and we were able to obtain some judgments. And after that, 2020, the owner, or there's a bankruptcy proceeding that gets started, and our office and DRT are engaged. We are hoping to get paid, and there was an auction, a judicial auction last month, and the payment just came through, I believe, over the weekend.
According to Camacho, several injunctions were filed against other companies, and tax collection efforts are still underway. And from the CAR score to PCOR, confusion mounting over what policy is in and what has been thrown out after deluge of restrictions at the seemingly endless height of this pandemic. As Tomas Manglutnia reports, Guam is apparently in PCOR 3. Here's more.
The governor recently got rid of the CAR score, once hailed as the one score to follow in the island's battle against the virus. But what about PCOR?
We must take urgency and respond to Omicron as if it is a super typhoon, like putting up shutters and securing our homes.
That was the governor 3 weeks ago. Amid the current storm driven by Omicron, one of the administration's major policies involved levels of what they called pandemic condition of readiness, which controlled businesses, schools, public gatherings, and even if residents could go to a park or beach. Its main triggers were medical data involving cases and hospitalizations and public health preparedness related to testing and contact tracing. Vaccines and treatment have dramatically changed the picture, but the when, what, and how of the policy is uncertain. We asked public health if the metric is still relevant.
That's really more on the policy side. You'd probably have to discuss that with Crystal. So PCOR is kind of a broader policy, not specific to public health in our function.
The governor's director of communications, Crystal Paco San Agustin, says PCOR is still in effect and the island remains in PCOR 3. She says it now covers different restrictions as PCOR levels have changed, but since it was never repealed, it's still in use. PCOR 1 meant the island saw maximum restrictions, PCOR 2 saw moderate restrictions, PCOR 3 marks minimum restrictions, allowing for more lenient restaurant and social gathering rules, and PCOR 4 would indicate that we are in the clear of that super typhoon. Tomas Manglutnia for KUAM News.
Switching to the latest with the ongoing battle against COVID-19, we head to Chalampago where our Daniel Perez joins us live.
GDOE and DPHSS's after-school vaccination clinic just wrapped up here at Rota Chalampago Elementary. It's one of the many events and strategies the government's deployed to combat, control, and treat COVID-19. Here's more. As the COVID-related death toll continues to rise, with 5 reported last night and daily triple-digit positives persisting, the heads of the government's COVID response say we're still on the right track. COVID-19 Emergency Incident Commander Fernando Esteves.
We're part of this community too, right? And we know every death hits hard. And it's very difficult to put out the data in context, without coming across as being insensitive. Where we are that the hospitals still have capacity to take additional patients that may come through and be admitted due to COVID-19. But overall, if you just look at the data, Guam still has some of the lowest death rates in the country, easily top 10.
This fourth surge has not only spread throughout the community, but has also taken its toll on our front lines. KUAM confirming with GMH officials that in January alone, 170 staff was infected with COVID, with over 132 cleared to return to work. As for treatments, Guam has received shipments of the new monoclonal antibody treatment Sotrovimab, along with the antiviral pills Paxlovid and Molnupiravir. However, test kits are still running low, with shipments not expected until next week. Currently, only 17,000 test kits remain, which breaks down to about 10 more days of testing. In the meantime, Public Health Interim Chief Medical Officer Dr. Bob Leon Guerrero advises the community to continue to hold the line by wearing a mask and staying healthy.
Unfortunately, this pandemic has shown us that we do have some issues that we need to work with once the pandemic is over. A lot of the deaths that we see are people with underlying health problems. It's always been a problem with the underlying health problems. So public health has tried to focus on that even before pandemic. So what we need to do is realize that as a society, we need to be a lot more healthier, eating well, exercising as much as we can.
DPHSS also advises those who haven't been vaccinated or boosted yet to do so. Back to the Paxlovid pills. Those with liver and kidney problems as well as cholesterol problems cannot take these pills. According to Dr. Bob Leon Guerrero, they hope to dispense these pills by either today or tomorrow. Switching back to after-school vaccinations, the next one will be at Marshall Sablan Elementary in Agat from 3 to 6 p.m. And on Thursday is at Liguan Elementary in Dedido from 3 to 6 p.m. as well. Reporting live from Rota Chalampago Elementary, I'm Daniel Perez. Back to you in the studio, Hannah.
Thanks for that report, Daniel. And once again, we invite you to voice your view across our social media pages with our daily question. Today, we're asking, have you received your order of at-home COVID-19 test kits made available by the U.S. government? We'll share responses on the link. And coming up on your news leader, has GDOE's Operation Guardian been effective? Also, Rota's West Harbor is finally complete. These stories and more when KUAM's Primetime continues.
A day. As we look ahead to a brighter tomorrow, Matson's commitment to Guam and Micronesia remains stronger than ever. While the world around us is ever-changing, what remains unchanged is our commitment to you, our customers, and the island communities we serve. Shipping is what we do best, and serving our community is at the heart of everything we do. But we don't do it alone. This is why we support organizations that make caring for the people and the environment a top priority. We know that many count on Matson's lifeline services in the Pacific, and that's why we continue to work hard to ensure that our shipments remain on time all the time. Matson recently added another Aloha-class vessel to our schedule. We now have 2 of Matson's largest and fastest ships serving Guam from the U.S. West Coast and Hawaii. With our new state-of-the-art vessels, we stand ready to support the region's economic recovery. Thank you for the privilege of serving you for the last 25 years. And you can count on Matson to be here for the next 25 years and beyond.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
It's beautiful.
It is, right, baby?
Dad, isn't that where we usually stop for gas?
It's where we used to stop, but not anymore.
But isn't that the place with the milkshakes?
Okay, all right, let's go.
Good job, kids.
Take your adventure further in the first ever Santa Fe Hybrid.
When the pandemic first started and we had no idea that it was going to affect our business till March of 2020. Orders from public health, roadblocks, restriction. It was a very hard time for me. What really has saved my business is the SBA and the PPP program. I felt keeping the employees was so important because I had faith that my government would help me later, the federal government. We applied and we received 2 PPP loans equaling up to $425,000. That money saved me because it's been 2 years. I think 80 or 90% of the restaurants have closed. The only reason I'm here because of my devoted clientele and the federal government.
Thank you for helping save jobs with federal funds.
Thank you to the federal government for all the federal ARP money.
Thank you for the federal funds.
This ad was paid for with official funds from the office of Congressman Michael F.Q. San Nicolas.
Let us know what's up on our KUAM News WhatsApp tip line at 671-727-0094. Share information about what's happening in your town, on Guam or the CNMI, and what you want us to know. Reach us on WhatsApp at 671-727-0094.
Welcome back to your news leader. The Guam Department of Education is seeing a slight decrease in central office employees being used for Operation Guardian. GDOE has reported approximately 118 employees positive for COVID-19 since January 3 as of Monday, prompting the department to launch Operation Guardian, a short-term measure to assist schools in dealing with the surging students and staff cases. Michael Franquez, the interim public information officer for GDOE, provided KUAM News a progress report over the phone on Tuesday.
We deployed central office personnel to only 5 schools today. Those 5 schools today are F.B. Leon Guerrero Middle School, Louise P. Untalon Middle School, Vicente S.A. Benavente Middle School, George Washington High School, and T-Ben High School. Today, we actually deployed only 25 personnel to support our schools today. So we have seen a decrease in the request for support from central office, and we will continue to monitor the school's needs for support.
Okay. This time last week, 51 central office staff were deployed to 13 different GDOE public schools. GDOE has reported 92 employees COVID positive since Operation Guardian, launched on Thursday, January 13th. 7 years of clean audits with no question cost of the Guam Department of Education is hoping the U.S. Department of Education will finally remove the agency from its high-risk guarantee status and free them from a third-party fiduciary agent overseeing how they spend federal money. GEB Chairperson Mark Mendiola says the visit from the Fed should be happening in May.
And they are going to then give us a thumbs up if we're good to go, and release the oversight with the third party. And if that happens, then we got about 2.2 million.
In regional news, after nearly half a decade, the island of Rota's West Harbor is now complete after it sustained damages due to recent storms, making the return of safer boating activities. Here's more.
This is your marina. We are just here facilitating this to make it happen. That this marina is for you guys to enjoy as recreational boaters.
Repairs at Rota's West Harbor after it sustained damages from recent storms mark the return of recreational boating and ability for visitors to dock their boats safely. The governor opened the site in a ceremony last week.
This marina is for the people of the people of Rota, and those that are coming to visit, whether you're from Tinian, Saipan, or Guam. It plays a very important role for the people of Rota.
The renovation of the West Harbor was funded by a boating access grant under the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service.
But I keep following up almost every month this project. This project has been, since 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And here we are now. This is our marina. So now the visitors now will be safe. As you know, the past Derby, it's really unsafe. So now that it's new, renovated.
The marina now able to withstand more rough water and weather that have hit the structure hard in recent years. Tomas Manglotnia for KUAM News.
Ever-changing local and federal mandates will be the topic of a virtual briefing being held by the Guam chapter of the Society for Human Resource Management on Wednesday. SHRMS Vice President of Public Relation Attorney Michael Pangilinan.
What does the current law require? Because it may be different from what it was required last month. And so what we wanted to do was just give an update and just kind of talk about what's actually the current state of the law and what's required now, and then what is required locally, what, if anything, is required on the federal side, and then just sort of how can employers make sure that they're in compliance.
The virtual seminar on Wednesday begins at 8:30. It's open to non-members as well. For more information, go to guam.shrm.org. And Puff Supply in Dededo has only been open for 12 days. And late last week, they had an attempted break-in. Manager at Puff Supply, Darian Charfaris.
Around 10:46, we had a silver Sentra back into the shop, and the guy gets out of the back passenger side, and I don't know what weapon he used, but he was using something to break the window or try to break the window. And then if you look in the back driver's side, you can see that the guy in the back getting ready to get out has a gas can, like they were gonna burn the place.
According to Charfaris, recently the same car was seen slowly passing by Puff Supply, but with the license plate changed to TM253. If you see the car or have information on the attempted break-in, please contact GPD at 671-475-8615. And stay with us. Coming up on KUAM News Sports with Dave Delgado. And still to come, Giving every Tuesday in your Cold Stone Creamery birthday shoutouts. You're watching KUAM.
Say hello to the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, where you get smart insights into your finances so you can make smart decisions with your money. With a daily personalized feed, you can compare your monthly income to spending. That's better. Discover where your money is actually going. You might be surprised. See what's essential and what isn't. The more you use the app, the smarter it gets. With insights from the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich, you'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
JFK at home against St. John's for their ESA Basketball League matchup. Knights go up 4-0 behind back-to-back scores. Hong nowhere to go. Kick out pass to Lewis Koo. Long two, no good. Stenson with the board going board for the basket and one. Slow start by both teams as they try to catch their rhythm. JFK's Justin Lizama with the rebound. Goes the length of the court with the pass to Kyle Watanabe, who saves it from going out of bounds. Cole Padua catches the ball and gives it up to Hansel Arreluno for his only basket of the game. Carl Vinca and Kristen Guzman combined for 17 of their team's 21 points. Justin Lizama with the hustle play. Another long outlet pass to Vinca. Spin move, hit him with the 1-2 for the shot at the bottom of the paint. Vinca hit for 20 points. Cruz brings the ball up court and finds Stenson cutting to the corner for the three-point shot. Stenson cashed in with a team-high 12 points. Vinca with the ball tries to go with the drop step. Ball rolls off the rim. Guzman with the follow-up. JFK built a big lead as time was winding down. Islanders get the dub on their home court. Vinca with the rebound. Pass to Lizama, who's out running. Bounce pass to Guzman, who gets his grub on. Kirsten finished with a game-high 23 points. Turning over to some baseball news, congrats to the Padres for winning the Fall Amateur Baseball League title 11-0 over the Amigos. The Padres were the #1 seed heading into the championship game. Sean Muñoz was selected as the MVP. Muñoz ended the game with a fifth-inning walk-off two-run shot. Pitcher R.J. Joe picked up the win on the mound, going 5 innings, giving up 3 hits to go along with 3 strikeouts.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Need a new phone? Trade in now and get up to $500 off our best 5G devices. Trade in your older phone in any condition and step up to better savings and speeds only our 5G network can provide. Check out our website and catch up on the best mobile experience. Trade in now. Docomo Pacific. Better together.
I didn't get screened because I was just afraid of it.
I procrastinated. I didn't have any symptoms. I didn't have insurance.
I didn't want to know.
There were several services that was available to me.
I got a mammogram.
Colonoscopy.
I know in my heart that early detection saved my life.
And I just tell people all the time, please go get screened.
If COVID-19 has affected your ability to stay on top of your mortgage or utilities, you may be eligible for the Department of Administration's Guam Homeowner Assistance Fund.
This new program can provide up to $15,000 to eligible homeowners to meet their mortgage obligations. While you keep your household safe, we want to help keep it stable and provide support for those who qualify.
Pre-applications will be available starting January 31st. For more information, visit doa.guam.gov or call 671-638-3814.
Giving Every Tuesday highlights individuals, businesses, and organizations who are giving back and spreading kindness with simple gestures. Tonight, we take a look at how GTA's Giving Tuesday Every Tuesday's holiday campaign helped 5 of the island's nonprofit organizations.
In 2021, GTA created GTA Gives. Community Relations Manager, Michelle Cadahay Perez.
GTA Gives is our initiatives in the community to really help and find ways to give back. And so during the holiday season, we always do something where it benefits local nonprofit organizations.
The nonprofits that were selected were Erica's House, Make-A-Wish, Guam Animals in Need, Rainbows for All Children, and Special Olympics. On Giving Tuesday last year, GTA launched their Giving Tuesday Every Tuesday holiday campaign, which concluded on January 3rd.
This was really such a meaningful project to us because we got a lot of input from our employee base to really see the organizations that really need the help and how we can do that. So each week we introduce a local nonprofit organization. That way that customers can come into our stores and make a donation. And really we encourage them to make a donation for each week because it changed every single week. Every $5 that the customer donated, we had them put into a raffle to win an iPhone 13 mini. So each week we gave away an iPhone, really to get the community involved. So the total amount of donations that we gave to the nonprofits in total was $13,000 from GTA, plus an additional $650 from the community.
GTA presented checks to each nonprofit in addition to the funds raised through their in-store promotion. Cam Lorenzo is a representative for Special Olympics and says the donation will help greatly.
It helps us get through our accreditation process. It helps us get PPEs for this year. We're going to need that definitely. Protocols are going to be different. It's a different back to play. And then of course equipment, food and beverages for the athletes. And we're going to try and do something different with this year, getting back to our athletes with more awareness of COVID and trying to get their life skills adjusted now, right? Before this, they had a different set of life skills. Now through COVID, it's a whole new set of life skills that they need to learn. So yeah, the funds are always appreciated. Thank you, GTA. We definitely appreciate the support.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
Happiest of birthday wishes on this February 1st to Nikayla Pangilinan, who celebrates birthday number 11 in 2022. Nikayla, you are getting birthday love from Uncle Sean, Auntie Con, and the entire family. And you know what? All of us at KUAM and Cold Stone Creamery wish you a very, very wonderful day. We wish you a happy, safe, and healthy birthday.
That's going to do it for us here on Primetime. I'm Hannah Devonzo. Thanks for watching and good night.
Howdy, everybody. I'm Sabrina Salas Matanani, and welcome to our Health, Home, and Lifestyle edition of KUAM.